Hey everyone, welcome back to Just 5 Minutes. I'm Jess, and like always, I'm joined by Zeus. Today we're diving into something that honestly not enough people know about: how hypnotic language patterns can be a real game changer for dementia care. And before anyone pictures swinging watches or dramatic trances, no, that's not what we mean by hypnosis here.
Yeah, what we're talking about is way more subtle. Hypnotic language is just, using words that calm, guide, and comfort, especially stuff like pacing with the person's emotions, validating what they're feeling, and kind of anchoring them in the moment with sensory cues. It's about lowering distress, not trying to control anyone's mind or anything like that.
Totally, and it's all in the small details, like presuppositions or the assumptions embedded in our words, and those little tag questions like, "Can you feel that?" It's such a gentle way to help someone feel safe. For example, the other night I had a client who kept saying she wanted to go home. So I said, "You're wanting to get home, and that shows me you're seeking comfort. Right now you're sitting here with me, and the night is peaceful around us." Just honoring the feeling and bringing her into the present with me.
Yeah, and you didn't fight her reality. That makes a world of difference. You used what we call pacing, right? Meeting her where she's at emotionally. Then you grounded her with something she could sense. The night is peaceful. It's so simple, but it's powerful stuff. I don't know, people underestimate how just switching a few phrases, adding a sensory detail, it can totally shift that emotional energy in the room.
Absolutely. And those embedded commands we tuck into the language, or like presupposing comfort is possible. It doesn't have to be complicated. I might say, as you rest your hands on your lap, you might notice how warm they feel and how your mind can take a little breath. Can you feel that? It kind of gives permission for the body to relax without forcing it.
Right, and just so folks listening know, you're not trying to trick anybody. You're offering comfort and a sense of control, but you're giving the brain something gentle to latch onto. And like you said, using "and" instead of "but" keeps it more open. You want to go home, and right now you're safe here with me. Stuff like that.
I love how these little patterns, once you get used to them, just naturally invite calm. It's, well, kind language that doesn't grab or correct. It accompanies. That's the difference.
So, since we're on the theme of gentle communication, let's talk stage-based validation. This is where things get even more individualized. Stage-based validation just means we tune our whole style to where someone is in their dementia progression, right?
Exactly. It's not one size fits all. For someone in early stages, they might be able to reason more, so the language can be more collaborative. But as the disease advances, validating emotions and sensory cues like, "I see that you're worried, and it's okay to feel that here," takes the front seat.
Yeah, so I had this client, always got stuck in those loops, repeating the same question. Used to ask, "Where's my mom?" every 5 minutes. I used to, correct her at first. Didn't get us anywhere. But when I shifted, said, "You're wanting your mom, and that tells me you need someone close. I'm here with you. Let's sit together a while." It'd settle her down. Validation didn't make the question go away, but it lowered her anxiety. It's like letting the feeling be okay so you can both breathe a bit.
And there's this temptation to reassure or distract, which sometimes works, but slowing down, matching the rhythm of their feelings, that's where the magic is. It's as if when we validate at the right stage, we speak to what they actually need in that moment instead of our own need for logic, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it totally does. The language shifts. Sometimes it's moving from facts to just feelings, like, "It's okay to be scared," versus "Your mom passed away years ago," which honestly usually just makes things worse.
It's showing respect, too, holding their reality with them, not trying to pull them into ours. And then connecting genuinely, sometimes with just a simple, "I hear you." All right, let's make this practical. We've put together, in our private care practice, a bunch of these micro-hypnosis scripts for everyday stuff, like the classic, "I want to go home" at midnight, which you probably hear a lot, Zeus.
Oh, like clockwork. Those scripts, though, can be a lifesaver for families. And you know, caregivers often fall back on, "but you are home," and it shuts people down. Using "and" instead of "but," I know, it sounds tiny, but it changes the whole feel. You want to go home, and right now we're together, and the room is calm.
Exactly. It keeps things gentle, leaves room for both realities. And we've heard some incredible stories, like that caregiver, remember? She used guided language from our scripts, and her mom's nighttime anxiety dropped way down. It wasn't about convincing her mom of anything, just giving her something steady and warm to latch onto when things felt confusing.
Yeah, I remember. And you don't need a fancy certification to do it. Just slow down, use some gentle words, and ground things in the senses like, "Can you feel your feet on the floor?" Or, "The air feels quiet tonight, doesn't it?" These little scripts are easy to adapt. Just swap in whatever's true in the moment.
And if you want to try some yourself, we've got a free mini course, plus 10 ready-to-use microhypnosis scripts for those tough moments. There's a link in the comments. If you're caring for someone, I promise, even a small shift can make the hard nights a little brighter.
Absolutely. Every episode, we're trying to lighten that caregiver load just the tiniest bit. Jess, thanks for breaking things down. This stuff matters so much.
Thanks, Zeus. I always love these chats. And thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Check out those resources if you're curious. They're all free. We'll be back next time with more tips to make caregiving just a bit easier.
Take care, everybody. Jess, see you soon. Bye now.
Bye, Zeus. Bye, everyone.